Welcome to the AI Letters from Brazil. Today, I'm going to talk about one of those names that makes us want to update the concept of a sci-fi genius, Ted Chiang. So grab a coffee, get comfortable, because we're about to dive into literature that stirs our imagination, our minds, and our hearts. You know that moment when a book stops being just a book and turns into an event in your life? A turning point? My criteria are simple. If it makes your heart race or leaves you frozen, as if you've been hit by a cosmic slap, congratulations, you've found something special. And I say, close that pirated copy, buy the paperback version, because who knows, there might be a solar storm or another pandemic that brings down civilization. That's the feeling Borges, Clarice Lispector, and Machado de Assis gave me. Yuval Harari, Cixin Liu, and Sinran too. And today, Ted Chiang has earned his spot in my personal literary pantheon. He is the author of the Story of Your Life, which inspired the movie Arrival, the 2016 one, with the mysterious aliens and a linguist who saves the world. And let me just say, for those who love science fiction, study linguistics, and are teachers, seeing a university professor save the world is, at the very least, a gift. No American alpha males. It's a linguist who saves Earth. And let me tell you, the execution of the story is original, engaging, and convincing. It's the pinnacle of literary love for me. But I don't want to just talk about Arrival. Today is about Ted Chiang's latest collection of short stories called Exhalation. No translation to Portuguese yet. I'm not going to do an exhaustive analysis of each story. I promise I won't be that guy who dissects every detail. I'd rather share some of the reasons why you should absolutely read this book. In talks and interviews, Chiang often says that he revisits themes that are dear to him: fate, freedom, language, knowledge. And the most incredible thing is how he does this by blending elements like mathematics, religious literature, academic settings, interpersonal relationships, and even artificial intelligence. Yes, all that in one package. But what makes Ted Chiang so special? Why does reading him have such a big impact? The answer is simple. He does it in a way that feels like magic. He mixes the real, the possible, and the fantastic in an incredibly plausible combination. His style is straightforward, his characters are captivating, and his stories have a kind of magical realism that hypnotizes us. And at the same time, he makes us think. Not just think, but question. Question life, fate, free will. Chiang is also an author with an extraordinary sensitivity. Although he himself admits he's not a great speaker, his words in his books show a person with a complex and sensitive mind who understands the human condition. One of his stories, for example, asks, "What if you could talk to yourself in a parallel reality?" The moral and ethical possibilities derived from that are impressive, almost terrifying. In another story, an alien tries to save the world by analyzing its own brain, in an Escher-like vibe, the hand that draws the hand that draws the hand. The truth is, the more you read Ted Chiang, the more you feel that sense of being more than you are. The illusion of having an infinite universe inside us, a universe created by him, but that becomes ours. If I could, I'd send a copy of Ted Chiang's books to each one of you right now, expecting nothing more in return than a jar of grateful tears. Here's the invitation. If you want to experience a bit of this magic, seek out Ted Chiang, and let me know how it was. Because reading Ted Chiang is like that. It's an event, a cosmic slap, and you'll never be the same again.